Side hustles, guys, I tell you what, if you told me those two words in the middle of my high school career, all I would have thought is, dang, my side is hurting for my coach always saying, hustle up. Man, because I was so lost, so clueless, so sheltered, so immature. That's all I did is I just, played Xbox and
a few moments later
ran around because my coach was yelling at me. And so guys, if you're here, we're talking about side hustles that you can start today. And no, we're not talking about surveys. No, we're not talking about donating your kidney as a side hustle, so maybe your side hurts even more. We're talking about things you can start today and do part-time, do on the weekend, or do full-time. Because you are here right now, you are so far ahead of so many people still thinking that side hustle means your side is hurting because coach is yelling at you to hustle up into the huddle. So guys, if you are excited about this one, I'm excited about this one, drop this video a like if you're cool, if you're a cool cat, if you love money, if you're happy to be here, if you think it's a beautiful day. Subscribe down below if you're feeling it, and ring that bell so you're always up to date. You don't want to be behind the ball, behind the curve. Stay up to date, stay fresh, and let's hop right on into this. The world is a changing. Sure, the market's going crazy. The world's in despair. I don't know, there's fires, riots, virus, hurricane, all kinds of craziness going along. Not only is the world going crazy and changing, but the way things are being done is changing. Back in the day, it was always, do good in school, Rhett. Get good grades, study hard for your tests, do well on the SAT and ACT. Disclaimer, guys, I didn't do super great on the SAT or ACT. I'm not a test taker. I didn't do super well on that. Sure, it wasn't like I didn't get like a 12, but I was not even close to the 30 gang, if you know what I mean. So what I'm talking about is the typical route is changing. Saying get good grades, go to school, get a degree, invest that money, put it in a 401k, and retire comfortably and free at 65, and hopefully you die before you run out of money. That's not how anybody should live, and that's not how it has to be any longer. And it's no lie, things are becoming freaking expensive nowadays. A thing of spinach is like $6, and I'm like, what is this? It's just a bunch of leaves in a box. I don't know, things are getting expensive, wages are staying the same, the gap's getting even bigger every single day. So you either got to step up or you're going to be down on the other side of the gap that you do not want to be on. So in order to find yourself in the right place, you got to have some side hustles, and eventually these side hustles can turn into a full hustle, a full-time hustle. So without further ado, fam, I know you've already hit that like button because you are amazing, you're super sweet. So number 3, wholesale real estate. So this is a method where you don't have to fork over cash, 200 grand for a house, or even fork over a couple thousand or $10,000 for a down payment. What we are doing is we are looking for houses. We are leveraging and flexing our marketing skills. We are finding houses that people are struggling to sell. People are having a real hard time selling. People sell houses for a large range of reasons, and we can go in there, say, hey, this person's struggling to sell their house, struggling to sell a house, and say, hey, I'll buy this house from you, between 10 and 20% below market value. And what you do is you go in and sign a non-binding contract with that homeowner saying you will buy it. And basically you're acting as a middleman. You're going to go sign that contract and then go use your marketing skills and maybe the people you know, the people your family knows, anybody in that area, whether it be message boards, real estate groups, Facebook groups, real estate communities, and saying, hey guys, I got this sweet deal for you. I got this property that I'm trying to offload. I'm trying to help with. And you might be thinking, Rhett, okay, why is this person not doing this? Well, it's freaking Bob and Susie. They work their 9-to-5 jobs at the corporate life, and they're like, hey, we're trying to sell our house, but we don't want to pay real estate fees, so we're trying to do it ourselves, and we can't do it. That's how it goes, and they don't know to do that. They don't know to go to these groups and reach out to people. They're just put a sign in the yard for sale by owner, and they're like, come on, baby, please buy my house. It's just like that story when I talked about basketball, when you don't practice at all, you don't do anything, you just grab that ball and go, God bless that ball, and shoot it without any practice. You're like, oh, man, I hope that goes in. That's what they're doing. But you're coming in to save the day. You're saying, hey, I'll take this off your hands. below market value where you're done with it, I get a deal, and you go find someone that will buy that house that's a true investor that wants to actually say, hey, okay, I can do something with this house, I can rent it out. And what you do is you basically hand the baton to the new owner, the investor you found, and say, okay, I'm going to buy this for 10 to 20% less than market value. So say it's 20%, and you even give the new buyer a deal and say, hey, okay, 10% less than market value, and you pocket that 10% and you move on. You're not having to deal with banks, you're not having to close on the house, you're not having to deal with leaky toilets and tenants, you're not having to do repairs. It's a super easy middleman thing where you just go and use your skills to find a house, whether you're just driving around or whether you're looking on the internet, and be able to use your knowledge, your hustle, your brains, your marketing skills to find a buyer and simply hand the baton and pocket the cash. So number 2, social media marketing, whether you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for someone else. If you know the skills, if you can learn the skills and learn the art of advertising and doing social media marketing, whether it is Google ads, whether it is Facebook ads, whether it is YouTube ads, if you don't have something to sell yourself and you can leverage that skill that you have where you can put $1 in and get $2 out of the money-making machine, then you have an extremely, extremely valuable skill, not only for yourself, but for other people, where you can go and offer your services and offer your track record and say, hey, this is what I've done, this is what I can do, and you can get on people's retainer. You can get on a salary with these people and say, hey, you pay me $2,000 a month and I will manage your social media, I will manage your ads, and I will bring you in new leads, new business, new clients, and just more money than you've ever had before. And the thing is, it doesn't take a massive amount of knowledge and a massive amount of skill to understand this, because if you think about it, a lot of the people out there in these brick and mortar businesses have absolutely no idea about any of this. They don't run ads, they barely have a Facebook page, their website looks like crap, and you can come in as the young millennial that you are, or the young person that knows that Facebook is more than just, hey, you know, I'm gonna bash who I hate about who's running for president, go whoever. Obviously Facebook is so much more, YouTube so much more, Google so much more. If you can study and learn those skills and be able to offer yourself to these people, that is an invaluable skill that you really, the earning potential is absolutely unlimited depending on how good you are. So number 1 here is freelancing. Freelancing is something that is, you know, people throw that term around a lot, whether it is, you know, making logos, creating websites. There's so many different things you can do, and you know, Fiverr is something that is very difficult to compete on. And I understand a lot of people dish that out and say, hey, you can't compete on Fiverr, it's super difficult, yada, yada, yada. And most of that is true if you're gonna go in there as a US citizen and say, hey, I do background removal, or I do logo design. When you're trying to compete with people that live in a lot lower cost of living country, you're not gonna be able to compete on price, maybe on skill. But with freelancing, if you can develop a set of high income skills or niche down, maybe you're good at phone closing, maybe you're good at copywriting, maybe you're good at advertising, maybe you're good at a handful of other extremely valuable skills. And if you don't have those valuable skills, that's fine. You can learn the skills. A lot of the people don't have the necessary tools, you know, resources, or just drive to go learn these skills to be able to offer to people. I'm not going to tell you here to say go and, like I said, do background removal. You're not going to make a ton of money with that, and you're not going to be able to turn that into a full-time business, or one that's at least very lucrative or worth your time. So what I'm saying is, if you have a skill already, leverage that as a freelancer, or if you do not have that skill yet, learn that skill, study that skill, offer to work for free for people to learn that skill and hone that specific high income skill. Because like I said, if you can get good at closing on the phone, if you can get good at copywriting, if you can get good at marketing or speaking or any of those types of things where there's no price tag to it, where there's no, okay, I'll give you 20 bucks to do this. It's more of, how good are you? Okay, I'll pay you 10 grand a month just to do that. That's the kind of thing we're looking at is freelancing. We can technically say this is like high-skilled freelancing. Not to say that the people that do freelancing are not high-skilled, but these high-income skills are ones that you can offer and really make a solid amount of money. Like I said, with phone closing, is you could just be on straight commission. And if you're good at it, if you've learned and been able to hone those skills, you can make 5 grand a day just like that. Super duper easy. So guys, if you enjoyed these 3, I wanted to rock it off 3. I don't want to make these videos 20 minutes long. No one has the attention span for that. I barely have the attention span to, you know, watch a freaking anything. So I want to be able to dish these out rapid fire, quick for you guys, so you can get a brain blast like Jimmy Neutron and be able to start making money today with these side hustles, so you can start living life like it is truly meant to be lived. So until next time, my friends, I'll catch you later.